Hi, loop antenna fans. I thought I'll show this to you before I close it all up. I made a little controller for my variable capacitor that sits on the loop antenna. This is what's inside the capacitor box. Basically got the copper coil coming in here and here. I'm using 1 gang at the moment. And down here I've got I think it's called a bistable relay. Basically, it's got 2 coils, and you fire 1 coil and it'll hold that coil even without power. So it's like putting a switch on and off without actually having to be here. And then the relay goes to another switch, so I can switch between 2 capacitors manually, a 330 and a 100 pico. So one of those will be set permanently on, and I will switch it in and out with this bistable relay. The motor control was interesting. I like learning. So I'm basically using a little stepper motor, which you can see over there. The stepper is connected, of course, to the capacitor. And I've got a bit of RJ45 somewhere down there. I'm using an RJ45 cable, so I can unplug it and just plug it in when I want. 20 meters of cable, and the stepper is being driven, the stepper motor is being driven by 20 meters of cable, which comes back into my control unit over here. So this is the control unit that controls the stepper motor over here and the bistable, wired 20 meters of just RJ45 cable, Cat 5 or Cat 6, whatever. So I've got power going in, and let me show you what it is. I've programmed the Arduino so that when the potentiometer under here is in the middle, the motor will not move. But if I move it to the left a bit, you can see the motor start to move. And the light comes on, the LED comes on to show me that it's actually moving. And it's very slow. I mean, I can turn it more and speed it up a bit. And then the LED goes out, turn it to the right. So I can just crank it basically 1 tick at a time. So. Very, very slow tuning, or speed it up, because the speed moves based on the position. And when I get it about in the middle, there, the LED goes off saying there's no pulses going to the motor. And it's basically in an off state. So yeah, left, stop, right, stop. In this switch, one of them, that clicks in the capacitor, and this clicks it out. And those relays will stay there permanently in that position, regardless of whether there's power or not. It's a bistable relay. So in for 3.5 megahertz, and then out for the 40 megahertz. So I thought I'd show you this because everyone's going to ask me what is inside it. I don't use these 2 gangs. I probably should. I'll tune it later to see when it's connected if it really helps or not. This is quite an interesting unit. It took me a while to put it together. I'll just briefly show you what's in there. Well, basically, it's very simple in theory. It's an Arduino board with a motor controller shield from Adafruit, and I'm using that to drive the stepper motor, which is up here. That little tiny one right up there. That's enough to move it. And so, yeah, there's a lot of hardware wasted for moving a stepper motor, but it allowed me granular control using Arduino and the shield, and a potentiometer to actually show me where I am, or actually to vary the speed, I should say. Yeah, I originally wanted a servo, but ended up having this. So, yeah, you can't see that, but yeah, see if I go back a bit. Watch the motor. Going left, fast. Going left, very, very slow. Stop. And it actually releases the motor so that there's no hold on it, no power being used by the motor. Then go right very slow, go right fast, stop, back. Yeah, I could put a joystick, I suppose. Yeah, that'll do the same thing, but I like knobs. So yeah, that's it. The controller allowing me to switch between 3.5 megs and 7 megs via the added capacitors. And it's actually working through 20 meters of cable here, which I had a problem with before. I couldn't get a servo to work over 20 meters, but the stepper is working fine. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sorry about the very shaky video, but I'm holding the camera with my left hand and I'm obviously right-handed. Next video, I'll show you it working on the actual loop antenna, which is currently sitting over there. So, thanks for watching. Sorry about the shaky camera.